Good evening. It just keeps coming. Winter's parade of misery, from snowbound New Englanders at their wits' end to snow and ice in the normally mild South. And now the next shoe, or should we say snowshoe, to drop. The rush of Arctic cold sweeping from the other side of the North Pole through the Great Lakes. Tonight, places like Chicago and Milwaukee are already in the single digits. And the Northeast and South won't be far behind, with temperatures 25 to 35 degrees below average tomorrow. In so many places, life as people know it is frozen in time, paralyzed transportation. It's knocked out power and put a lot of people in some very real danger. NBC's Tom Costello is on it for us tonight.
From a frozen Niagara Falls and Lake Erie in the north to snow in the south, the eastern third of the country is locked in the deep freeze with even colder temps on the way. In Eastport, Maine, they've had a record 109 inches of snow in just 23 days.
It's pretty much overwhelming, and we have another storm coming soon. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough to handle.
All of that snow is pulling down roofs and flooding homes. Outside of Boston, roofer Rich Mello's phone is ringing every 3 to 5 minutes.
And you're running the gamut of people suffering a little leak to severe leaks all throughout their homes.
In Baltimore today, a water main break froze a car to the street. In Chicago, where they're shivering through the coldest February since 1875.
The black ice is very dangerous.
Letter carrier Nicole Easter is still on her appointed rounds.
It's a nuisance sometimes trying to maneuver this car through the snow and ice like this.
Meanwhile, more than 100 record lows forecast for the morning. Minus 15 in Marquette, Michigan. Minus 12 in Lexington, Kentucky. Even minus 2 in Nashville, where ice has been pulling down the power lines and shutting down much of the deep south.
The last 60 hours, it's been chaotic.
The Weather Channel's Mike Bettis.
The frigid air in the U.S. comes courtesy of the Siberian Express. It's cold Arctic air in northern Russia traveling 5,000 miles over the North Pole, over cold snowpack, and going all the way as far south as the Gulf Coast.
For millions of Americans snowed in, something called snow stress depression can set in.
Day after day after day, it becomes chronic stress, and it begins to deplete the body resources. We're not as strong. The immune system begins to fail a little bit, and we get sick.
One warning tonight from the mayor of Boston. There may be record amounts of snow on the ground, but don't try this at home. Here in Washington, we're going down to 10 degrees tonight, and then the bottom falls out. Overnight with wind chill, 10 below zero, and then Friday, 20 below zero. We're also expecting dangerous conditions on the road. By the way, Amtrak has already modified service up the Northeast because of the extreme cold. Lester?
Tom, thanks very much. Bottom falls out. Al Roker, that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't, Lester, and it's not going to get good or better for a while. Temperatures 50 below in Siberia, where this cold air is banked up. What happens between low pressure up at the pole, high, strong western high, they'll pump in that air. That frigid, bitterly cold air makes its way as the Siberian air funneled into the U.S. So for tomorrow morning, we've got wind chill warnings, wind chill watches from the Dakotas all the way down into Florida. Detroit will get down to 4 below, probably tie a record. Louisville will break a record, most likely. Chicago, we're looking for a record broken. Same in New York, Philly, Washington, D.C., down into the mid-Atlantic states. As far south Friday morning as Florida, Miami will see a low of 39, breaking an old record of 42 degrees. Clipper coming across now, bringing some light snow. More misery to New England. By tonight, between Bangor and Portland, we could see a foot to a foot and a half of snow, Lester, and there's another big storm developing Saturday night into Sunday with severe weather and heavy snow possible.
All right, we'll see you in the morning on Wake Up with Alan on Today.
Thank you.